Alrighty, good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening to other people around the world. Welcome. Awesome to have you here. First and foremost, many new people on this call. I know that for a fact. So my name is Joel Therrien, President and CEO of GVO, Now Lifestyle, Pure Leverage, so on and so forth. We do have a mix of new Now Lifestyle members, some Mavericks in here as well, some leaders. We also have some GVO members in here as well. So today's education is going to be for anybody who's looking to start a home-based business. It's not based on hype by any way, shape, or form. I don't like that. We've got some other, great coaches in here. Daniel does a lot of teaching here, as does our senior coach, Janet Legere. Thank you for both being here. I may have the two of you chime up from time to time. But the momentum is radically insane right now, folks. Things are going extremely, extremely well. So for those who don't know me, my name is Joel Therrien, President and CEO of GVO and Now Lifestyle. Now, hopefully to all the new members, a lot of people. So today's call is all about people are paying me and staff are paying me. I'll have to shut those off. Today's call is all about so many people. We're averaging about 1,000 new people every single day right now, which is a ton. And so many new people are putting in help desk tickets. Where do I get started? Even though in the members area, there's a video there that says get started here. Watch this video first. Now, there's a lot of people that come in and there's a real division of, and again, guys, I'm going to keep this very transparent, very honest. And not based on a lot of hype. Now, having 1,000 new members join us every single day is very exciting. It's very, very exciting. So don't mistake my excitement for hype. But it's also based on human nature as well. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is definitely get into your members area, watch the videos on your dashboard. And some people come back to us and they say, well, I don't have time for that. Show me how to make money. Those videos are going to show you how to make money. So a lot of people will come in and go, oh, ain't got time for that. I don't have time to educate myself to become a proper entrepreneur. I don't have time to educate myself. I work 9 to 5. I've got my job. Now, understand this, folks. Going from an employee to an entrepreneurial mindset is the first things that you need to do. Gerald, you can watch it on Facebook if you want to, guys. I'll keep the text chat open for now, too, as well. But anyway, the first thing you got to do is change your mindset, guys, from being an employee mindset, which means you're accountable. Here's the difference. Here's one of the big differences. As an employee, you're accountable to somebody else. Okay, that's number one. Write that down. As an employee, and if some of you are still employees, your actions are accountable to somebody else, someone who's paying your salary, right? As an entrepreneur, folks, as an entrepreneur, you are accountable to yourself and yourself only. So if you're really wanting to become an entrepreneur and you log into the members area and you find that there's 4 or 5 hours of videos to watch over the next week or so, and you can skim through those videos, you don't have to watch them all. There's certain ones that will resonate with you, others that will educate you, others that won't interest you, and that's fine. But without taking any type of effort in educating yourself to become an entrepreneur, then you're doomed from day one. Okay, you're absolutely, completely doomed from day one. If you don't, because why? You're accountable to yourself. It doesn't matter what business you start. If you go and start a restaurant business, you better damn well know the restaurant industry. If you're going to start a lawn care business, well, you better know a lot about weeding and taking care of people's lawns. If you're going to start an internet company and you're going to start a health and wellness company with us through Now Lifestyle, then you better know a little bit about what the company and opportunity and how to promote that opportunity is all about. Okay, so that's what this call is about. This is wide open education to help you with any network marketing business. So I've kind of talked about it already, but number one, be realistic with your expectations. And I've said this many times before, but we continue on a daily basis to see people come in who just joined for free or just upgraded to be a paid member or just went all in, and they put in a help desk ticket that, hey, I'm a professional engineer, I'm a professional, I'm a doctor and our hospital closed, whatever the case may be. You can't start a business under tremendous financial stress. So many people come to us and they say, hey, do you think if I've never been online before or I'm just starting in network marketing that I could replace my income of $7,000 a month in the first month? The chances are, no, you can't. Okay, so you have to have a backup plan and you have to be realistic. Okay, and you have to have realistic budget expectations to grow your business. If you started a lawn care business today, like I said on the video yesterday, if you started a lawn care business today, you would need to spend $300 on a lawnmower, okay? You would need to spend $1,000 to $2,000 in advertising so that people know about your lawn care business. And then you'd have to spend many labor hours going door to door, knocking on doors, asking people if they would like to have their lawn taken care of, right? So you're out of pocket at least $2,000, $3,000 just to get a lawnmower and lawn care business started. And the thing is, when you look at that type of business, your potential reach is about 15 to 20 miles. Nobody, folks, nobody is, yourself included, you're not going to drive more than 20 miles to go and cut somebody's grass for $20 to $40, depending on the size of the lawn, right? So you have to be realistic with your budget expectations, and you have to have an income coming in while you start this business. So if you just lost your job and you're in this room and you're all excited that you're going to replace your income overnight, while during this time frame your mortgage is still due, your water bill is still due, your electric bill is still due, you still have to feed your children, you're setting yourself up for absolute failure, okay? To give you my background, it took me 2 years to make my first sale for $9.97. I was able to give myself, now it's not going to take you 2 years because I had no mentorship. I didn't have coaches like Danielle and Janet and others. There was no real-time communications like this. There wasn't even video streaming back then. So I didn't have any mentors. And so it was very difficult to learn the ropes of how to build a network marketing business online. So it took me 2 years, but it was a challenging 2 years. But nevertheless, had I tried to do this without a backup plan. And my backup plan at that time was to live very lean. We lived off one income in the family. My home was only about 600 square feet. It was a townhouse. My mortgage was only about $400 per month. So we lived very lean, and we were able to still get our bills paid from day to day. Now, had I done what with unrealistic expectations like some people do, if I was a professional engineer and I just lost my job and I had 3 kids to take care of and I had no income coming in, then the wonderful 8-figure business that I've built today and have been running now for about 18 years, folks, would have never come to fruition. Why? After about a month of realizing that my bills are not getting paid, I would have had to quit my online ventures. I would have had to quit becoming an entrepreneur, and I would have been forced once again to go and get a job. Okay, so that's the second thing. Be realistic. You know, with Now Lifestyle, it's less than $50 a month to start a business, an international business, and the best thing is you don't have to take care of the support, you don't have to take care of the phone calls or whatever. Now, on average, give yourself 1 to 2 years to create a 6-figure income per year. Now, there's people that have done it much, much quicker. Okay, but I'm giving you realistic expectations. That's why most people fail. They give themselves 1 month with no income. They realize that they're going to lose their house, they're going to lose their car, they're going to lose their family, they're going to lose their relationships, and they give up. Does that make sense, folks? You cannot. You know, how long did it take you to get through high school, right? How long did it take you to get through college? Did it take you a month? No. It's going to take some time. And consistency, as Danielle just said, is absolutely king. Okay, so give yourself 1 to 2 years to generate a 6-figure income. Now, a 6-figure income, I'm talking $200,000-$300,000 a year. It's very possible. Now, that's more money that you're ever going to make at any job that I know of. And guess what? You probably spent a collection of about 12 to 15 years in school to get that job, which stands for really just over broke. So that's really. Be realistic with your expectations. Have an entrepreneurial mindset and make yourself accountable, okay? As an employee, you're accountable to somebody else. As an entrepreneur, you're accountable for yourself and only yourself. So if you tell yourself that I ain't got time to watch videos, I ain't got time to educate myself, well, you're going to fail, okay? So I told you this was going to be based on transparency and heart and stuff like that. Okay, number 2. Here's the other. So 1, give yourself some time. Number 2, here's how do you get leads right away? Well, the number 1 social media right now is Facebook, okay? And you absolutely want to focus on the product and not the opportunity and craft your story and your why around the product. So many people join a company and then they say, hey, I just joined this company. It just launched. You're going to make 6 figures a year. Click my link, join my company now. Okay. How many of you, ask yourself this first, how many of you have seen those types of posts on Facebook, on personal walls and Facebook groups and whatever? And how many of you have actually responded and taken action based on those posts? Probably nobody, right? You see them 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times a day, 100 times a day. And it's really the worst form of flattery that you can give yourself. Hey, urgent, click on this link. People don't care about the opportunity. They care about you as their leader and the product itself. So here is my story that I've used before, and your story is going to be different. But this is something that I would post in a Facebook group. This is something that I would post on my personal wall, and something that I might post on my fan page as well. Here's my story. I can remember very vividly the blood-curdling scream my mom let out as she walked into my grandfather's apartment just before I did. We were there because a neighbor called our home telling us that my newspapers in front of his door had been piling up. You already know that something just isn't quite right. At that moment, I knew something was deadly wrong. Time stood still. My palms were sweating, and I could feel and hear my heartbeat in my ears. As I turned the corner, I saw my grandfather lying on the kitchen floor. His face was blue. He was gone. I burst into tears as my mom started screaming, Daddy, Daddy, no, Daddy, Daddy, no, 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 it's too early, Daddy. Please, Daddy, not now. It's way too early. This was the third person in my direct family who had died prematurely of heart attack, directly related to poor choices and bad lifestyles, and of course, genetics. My grandpa was only 58. My other grandfather on my father's side died at 47, and my Uncle Rainey died at 48. In an instant, I knew that it was my moral obligation to start living a healthier lifestyle, to give my unborn kids the justice to see their dad well into his 80s. It was also my moral obligation to help others do the same, and that is why I joined Now Lifestyle. It's true, proper education that can allow anyone to learn from true fundamentals on how to live a proper, healthy lifestyle versus killing themselves on low-calorie, useless diets. If you or anyone you know can use my help, please tell them to go create a free account at nowlifestyle.com right now. Please and thank you. Okay, that is a way more compelling story than urgent, click like my link, make $1 billion. Why? People will resonate with that. And if I did a proper job, you could actually picture the scenario in my head. Now, this is absolutely a true story. 100% true story. And I can still remember it vividly as a young man when we got the phone call at home that my grandfather's newspapers were piling up. And already at that moment, like, he's not on holiday, something's not right. You can feel the blood pressure go up. And that's one of the true stories as to why I decided I wanted to do cardiac rehab in school. So for those who don't know, I studied cardiac rehabilitation in university. I got a job at the Montfort Hospital in Ottawa, Canada. And I did cardiac stress testing for about 6 months. But what I realized was that there was, as an entrepreneur at heart, there was no leverage. When I got there, I started making $52,000 a year. But what was really disheartening was my colleagues that had been there for 15 and 20 years were making about $56,000 a year. And I thought to myself, wow, I'm going to get a $4,000 raise over the next 20 years. At 52 to 56, maybe $60,000 a year, I'm never going to live the lifestyle of my dreams. I'm never going to have any time freedom because I'm going to be accountable to my employer. I'm never going to be able to watch my kids get raised. I'm never going to be able to take my kids to school. I'm never going to be able to take my kids on great holidays. In fact, folks, studies have shown today that people, when they finally get to their vacation time off, you know what they do? They're on staycations. They can't even afford to go anywhere. So when they get their 2 to 3 weeks off per year, they sit at home and do nothing because they're living paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. So craft your story around the product. Every one of you has a story that you can share as to why you decided to get in the home-based business industry. Okay? Share your story. Now you're going to have to share it in multiple places. You're going to have to work on it. You're going to have to change your story. You're going to have to make it compelling. But what people resonate with is pain that you've been through as to why you're starting a business. And the reason why it's so compelling is, let's face it, folks, if people are very happy with their situation, okay, they're not looking for other opportunity. They're not looking for change. And the change very often has very little, if anything at all, to do with finances. A good example is a friend of mine. He's an emergency orthopedic surgeon, meaning if somebody gets in a car accident and they break a leg or break an arm, he is called 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year to go into emergency surgery and do life-altering or life-saving procedures, right? And he loved going through school. He loved the education, but he said, Joel, I haven't slept well in 20 years, except for when I'm on holiday. And even when I'm on holiday, the last week of holiday, I don't sleep well because I have to go back to my pager duty. He goes, you wouldn't believe when you know you're on pager duty and you have about a 30% of being called to come and do an emergency surgery, you just never sleep well. You're always got one eye open. You're always stressed out as to whether you're going to be called in for surgery. And he goes, also, Joel, I'm very, very apologetic. He goes, I would love to come see you. But the reality is, if I come and see you, because I have no leverage as a emergency surgeon, I have no leverage at all. If I come and see you, I lose about $50,000 in revenue, even if I come see you for a week. So he's making really good money, but the stress is killing him. You know, he's been doing this for 20, 25 years. He doesn't sleep well. It affects his life. It affects his family's life, and he has no leverage. So relative to what I do, he thinks I live the perfect life, right? I have leverage with GVO and Now Lifestyle, as do you guys. You have true leverage in this business. You're still making money if you go away. And that's the key. That's the belief. That's what you need to do. So craft your story and use your story, and that will magnetically attract people into your life. Once you have your story and people start, so how do you know if people are interested? Well, we'll talk a little bit more about that. But people who resonate, they might like your post. They might comment on your post. They might do whatever, or they might go right out and join and create a free account at Now Lifestyle, right? That's how we created Now Lifestyle, to make it very easy for you. You do the telling by sharing your story, and the system does the selling. There's probably, out of the 190 people who are on this call right now, probably a good 30 or 40 of you are free members. You came in and you're really, truly interested in making an income from home and or truly interested in becoming a healthier individual, okay? And that's how powerful the system is. We don't have to do hotel meetings anymore. There's 189 people from all different corners of the globe listening live from the comfort of home without having to go to a hotel meeting. But there's still the relationship side of things, okay? And that's what we're going to talk about next. So number one, manage your expectations. Number two, get leads by telling your story on social media, okay? Number three, make your new leads your best friends, okay? So if somebody likes your post, don't go, oh, did you join my team? Woo, 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 woo. I would say something, well, hey, Janet, I saw you liked my post. What resonated with you? And she might say, oh, I had a similar situation. My aunt died prematurely of diabetes, and I couldn't agree with you more. Why we don't live healthier lifestyles, I have no idea. And you want to provoke a question to people so that you know their pain point, okay? You might know their pain point. So you follow up with people daily. And this is where I use Janet as an example, okay? A lot of people say, well, Joel, do you follow up with those people? Yeah, we follow up with people in an automated fashion. I share my story as the CEO. But they are more interested in your story. Why? People inherently know that it's from a leverage and time standpoint. I would love, let's use an example of the 189 people in this room, okay? If I wanted to spend 5 minutes on the phone with each of you, just 5 minutes, it would take me months just to talk to the 189 of you. How many people want to wait months to get a relationship built with me personally, right? It just doesn't happen that way. I wish we could do it that way, but that's what leverage is all about, okay? People want to hear from their direct sponsor, okay? And it doesn't matter if you just started today. If you follow the blueprint that I'm teaching you right now, then that's all you need to know. You don't need to be a fitness expert. Why? The system does the selling. You don't need to know a lot about nutrition. Why? The system does the selling. You don't need to know a lot about network marketing. Why? The system does the selling. And the proof of that is the people that are in this room right now. There's a lot of people here for the very first time based on the system. But there's nothing that still breaks belly-to-belly communication. So when you follow up with people by email, give them your real Facebook address, give them your Skype address, give them your phone number. If they don't reply, keep following up. Why? They voted yes already. They voted yes by creating a free account, and you know they're a like-minded individual. The simple act of somebody going to Now Lifestyle or Fan Page System or any of the funnels that we have, they filled out the form. We're not in the business of convincing people that they should work from home. We're in the business of people who want to work from home and give them the blueprint on how to do it. When people create a free account, you know their mindset is, yes, damn it, I want to work from home. I'm a little intimidated. I'm a little bit scared. I'm a little bit nervous. I'm a little bit overwhelmed. And if you as my sponsor can help me calm those fears, then I really want to build a great business from home. So establish a real friendship and relationship with those who are serious. Talk to them like friends, not like a business. A lot of people say, well, what do I say to my lead? Well, one, share your story, and two, say, hey, I just wanted to say hi. Today I'm home with my children. My son is on summer holidays right now. My son is 12 years old. Just talk to them as though they are your best friends. Let them into your world, and they will open up radically, okay? Get on the phone with them. Get on Skype with them. That's the key to your thing. So number one, manage your expectations. 2, generate leads by crafting your story around the product. 3, make your leads your new best friend. You're not selling them yet. You're establishing a relationship with them first, okay? And there's nothing better than saying, hey, just go create a free account, okay? That's all I want you to do, okay? So I use Janet's here as an example. I'm on Janet's newsletter list, and she is a master marketer. Okay, and this is a typical email that Janet puts out on a daily basis. Look at Janet and Don Legere. She's got her Skype address in there. She's got her mobile phone in there. She's got her Facebook in there. She's got everything in there so that they can reach out to her and contact with her as a real person. Okay, in fact, with our guaranteed paid signups, guys, I've got 4 testimonials on my phone already, and I'm going to play one for you. They were just sent to me today, so I haven't formatted them or anything like that. Give me a moment here. And hopefully you guys can hear this and see this.
What's going on, guys? Shane Bourne here. I just want to give a big shout out to Joel.
Hang on. Sorry, guys. Technology is not my thing. There we go. So here's one from Shane. And he paid for the guaranteed paid signups, but I just want you guys to hear and possibly see this.
What's going on, guys? Shane Bourne here. I just want to give a big shout out to Joel and say thank you. Since buying his guaranteed signups, I've already had one all-in sale and a few others who've expressed their interest in going all-in as well. Again, thank you, and I look forward to buying some more in the future.
But that's part of Daniel's team, and Daniel is teaching his team what? To follow up with those people. They're actually talking to those people, okay? Now, number 4 out of your leads is deciding who's serious. There's nothing worse than wasting your time on people who are just pulling you by the chain, and it's frustrating, right? Network marketing is about finding a lot of people who have the potential of being serious, then weeding down to 5 or 10 who are absolutely serious, okay? Test them. This is the best thing that I use. If I would you, okay? If you're talking to them on Skype or by Messenger on Facebook or by email or by whatever means, this is what you would do. Just if I would you. So as an example, if they say, I'm not quite sure on the compensation plan. Well, I would say, if I send you the compensation plan video, would you take 5 minutes and watch it by tomorrow? If they actually do it, here's how you do that kind of test with people. If they don't even wait and they watch it right away, that's a very serious person. If they watch it in the time frame that you give them, that's somebody who's serious as well. If you follow up with them tomorrow and their cat hurt themselves, life got in the way, you just say, okay, I understand that life got in the way. Could you maybe do this by this time tomorrow? Give them one more chance. If they still don't do it, push them aside, okay? Push them aside because they're not serious, right? They do not have the entrepreneurial mindset. They have the employee mindset. They're making you accountable for their actions, not making themselves accountable for their actions, okay? Big difference. Here's a big thing that I learned from Lisa Grossman. I want you guys to write this down when you're managing the expectations of your team. I will help you build your network marketing business. Now, what is really the key here? What's in the middle? Right? What's in the middle right here? You. I will help. But if you pause for a second, you build your network marketing business. So, I will help, but you build your network marketing business. Does that make sense, folks? It's all about you building it. It's not about your sponsor doing it for you. I will help you build your network marketing business, but the key is you. You build your network marketing business, and I will help guide you. That's the difference. Does that make sense, folks? There's one person accountable in this conference room. You. I will help you, but you build your network marketing business. Okay? Good. Awesome. Loving it. Okay? Number 6. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. Avoid negativity and keep a positive attitude. Okay? Keeping a great positive attitude will attract others magnetically to you because they want what you have, the good life, the great life. Oh my gosh, they're so happy. Look at John on Facebook. He's so happy. He's so happy with his kids. He's so happy with his business. He's so happy with his life. He's always in a good mood. He's always smiling. It's always great pictures and fun. And I want that. I want what he has. I want the good life. Okay? If you post, oh, God damn it, it's Monday. Half the world is thinking the same thing. God damn it, it's Monday, right? If you stay positive, Facebook, it's shocking to me the amount of negativity that is posted on Facebook on a daily basis, okay? So you have to stay positive, okay? Now, I want you to understand this. A lot of people will create a barrier, a mental barrier. Oh, I'm just not like Joel. I'm just not like Janet or Daniel. They're just always positive about everything, and I'm just not like them. That's absolutely false, okay? From our Creator, call him God, call him whatever you want. All human brains, yes, all of us are predetermined and are hardwired for survival, okay? That's it. We are on this earth, and our default hardwiring in the brain is to survive. That's why our default emotion is safety, right? Safety. Safety first. Stay with the pack, stay with the group, work together as a team, stay in the group, stay in your job, stay where things are safe, because we're hardwired that way. Understand this. I'm going to say it one more time. The human brain is hardwired only for survival, and that's why every single one of us go to that default on a daily basis, okay? It's hard to be positive all the time, and it is hard to take massive imperfect action consistently every single day, okay? Janet has her bad days. Daniel has his bad thoughts. Every positive leader has their bad thoughts. The difference is they realize that's the default hardwiring. Thank you, Mr. Brain. Thank you for fooling me for now, but I'm going to take a little bit of time out of my comfort zone because you're just teasing me. You're just fooling me for safety. but I'm not a safe person. I want to be an entrepreneur and I want to change my life. Okay? Every single one of us is hardwired to fall back into that default position of safety and negativity. Okay? It's hard work every day to stay positive. It's hard work to take massive imperfect action consistently every single day. But as long as you recognize that you're not alone, right? A lot of you will put up a mental barrier and go, it's just too hard for me. No, it's just too hard for everybody, but you have to take that decision that you're going to move past it. Okay? That's the difference. Move past it every single day. Number 7, write and take action on your daily goals very early in the day. Okay? It is scientifically proven, physiologically proven, that we are most creative during the first waking 2 hours of the day. Okay? If you, after a hard day at work, after a hard day of doing online marketing, after a hard day of distractions, if you start writing your goals at night, that's the worst thing you do. Write your goals in the first 2 hours of the day. Now, if you work full time, get up an hour earlier. Write down your goals. Okay? Get up earlier while it's nice and quiet. Your brain's in creativity mode. It's in that delta phase. It's in that phase of expansion, right? And proof of that, why do you think some of our dreams are so massively creative, right? We've moved past the default emotion of safety. And when we're dreaming, our dreams are very creative. When you wake, you're very creative. You're more open-minded, okay? So, and what I do every day is I think of at least of one good JV partner every day that I would love to meet and take action and make that happen, okay? So there's a lot of people that I want to meet that I feel can get my business to the next level, okay? And I write them down and I take actions every single day to make that happen. But do it in the morning, folks. Again, if you work full time, get up a half hour earlier. Spend a little extra time in the shower, thinking what you want to do. Oh, absolutely, I reach out to them. Of course I reach out to them. How can I grab, Scott, how do I grab a new JV partner if I don't take massive imperfect action and say hello? I just do. I landed Anthony Morrison that way. I landed Tissa Godavattarni that way. I landed Travis Stevenson that way. Every single person that has really helped build our business, I've reached out to. I know Daniel well. Now, Daniel came to us through somebody else, but here's the difference. As an example, and Daniel and Janet, who are here, you know, for both of them, both top leaders, I reached out to Vincent Ortega Jr. Vincent Ortega Jr. reached out to Online Sales Pro, Joel Kellman and Grady Polson, and Grady Polson and Joel Kellman reached out to Daniel Kump. Had I not taken massive imperfect action to reach out to Vincent Ortega Jr., they wouldn't be here. It's the same thing with Janet. The minute I saw Janet taking action, I reached out to her. Okay? People always say, how do I get the attention of top leaders? Do something. That's it. Take action. Do something. Do something. Educate yourself. You know, so I don't know what I'm doing. Google is your best friend. The videos in our members area are your best friend. Okay? So that's number 7. Write and take action on your daily goals very early in the day. I'm telling you, folks. I'm telling you. Early in the day. Number 8, choose your business associates wisely. Okay? The people around you will either lift you up or bring you down. And you know instantly who those people are. You know it. You know it. You know, you get around your Aunt Joyce and, oh, she's so damn negative. She's always talking about her bills. She's always talking about how her husband's drinking. She's always talking about how her daughter's a failure. And, you know, you just know it. It's like you get around. And then I had an uncle who passed away, Jim Bolger. And I was like, every time I was around that man, he just lifted me up. It's like, yeah, I want to talk business with him. You know, he's one of hundreds of family members that I felt comfortable telling him all about GVO, okay, and Pure Leverage and Now Lifestyle and everything that I'm doing. And I just knew that talking to him would be just lift me up every single time, okay? And here's the thing, okay? There's people in my personal family, my mom included, okay? My mom was the worst conservative that I knew. Was it her fault? No. She was taught so much to stay in that default emotion, that hardwired emotion of safety. Her parents were military and government. Her grandparents were military and government. right? The safest job, the securest, I won't say the safest because military is not safe, but some of the securest jobs on the planet, right? Military and government. So because of her hardwiring and her upbringing, she despised the fact that I started a business. Oh, son, please don't jump on the internet. Please, son, you did your education's in cardiac rehab. You don't know anything about the internet. Son, your daughter, Livia, your first daughter's on the way. You can't do this right now, son. You need to have a good, steady, safe job that's going to pay you well. And folks, even before she passed, my mom passed February 25th, a couple of years ago. About 6 months before she passed, we all knew she was dying. She had terminal lung cancer. And we were on the phone and we were just chatting, and it was a very nice, warm conversation. And she said, you know, son, and she started to giggle, okay? And it just shows how strong that hard wiring can be for people. She said, you know, son, I've seen what you've done. I've seen the hundreds of millions of dollars that you've generated over the past 20 years. I see that you now, at your peak, have employed over 250 people. I see everything that you've done, but I still wish you had a really good job. And she started bursting out laughing. And I said, Mom, what do you mean? She goes, I have no clue what I'm saying, but my gut instinct tells me that you should still have a really good job. And we started laughing and laughing and laughing. And I was like, Mom, you know, and I laugh about it now. You know, Mom, out of all the staff we have, who's going to be last to lose their job? Is it going to be me? Maybe just me? Like if we have over 100 staff still right now, who's going to be the last person to lose her job? Me. And we laughed about it. But again, my point I'm trying to make, folks, is rooms like this with like-minded people, the Facebook group with like-minded people is all that you need. And you need to stay there. Okay, I'm sharing my personal stories with you because they're absolutely true. And what I learned over time, okay, because my mom's hardwiring, my dad was the entrepreneur in the family. So when I quit my job at the Mofor Hospital to start online, my dad said, hey, son, you know, I've been an entrepreneur my whole life. I'm here for you. You do what you want to do. Okay. My mom, again, she cried and she cried and she cried, and I'm ruining my life. And she cried some more. And that's okay. But the point I'm trying to make is what I learned is I'm never sharing my ideas with my mother, because just her hardwiring, if there was change, if there was something new, if it was a little out of the comfort zone, it was a bad idea. Okay? So with your family, you know, who call you a fool, look at their surroundings, look at their lifestyle. Are those people who are uber conservative and therefore kind of perceived as a bit negative, are they living their dream lifestyle? Are they? Are they living in an 800 square foot house, or are they living in an 8,000 square foot house? Are they able at a moment's notice to go on holiday without having to be accountable to anybody? Or do they have to beg and plead to get 3 weeks off per year? Right? So make sure you network a lot in our Facebook group, okay? Let me get you the direct link, because the people in there are absolutely amazing. First, go here, it's free. And the other thing is too, if you're not a free member, become a free member at nowlifestyle.com. And that's it. So those are the key components to truly building your legacy, building your business. Number one, manage your expectations. It's not going to happen by this time tomorrow. Give yourself the time. Give yourself a backup plan. Give yourself the income on the side so that you're not stressed to the max. Number two, share your story based around the product, okay? Share your story, your why. Don't join me now, make $1 kabillion. No. That's not what it's all about. So let me come to the chat. Janet or Daniel, these are things that you have learned over the years, learned quickly. Anything that, come on up to the mic if there's anything you'd like to say about it. We're just growing life. Yeah, and William, that's okay. Hey, Janet, oh, that's a cute little bear. Janet, you didn't do your hair yet today, right?
You caught me.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm going to turn it over to the two of you. I'm going to keep my mic on, but I just want your perspectives on. I hate the hype. I think what we talked about today, or what I talked about, is the truth about really building a great legacy in business. Daniel, you want to go first, bud?
Yeah, sure, man. Appreciate you having me on. I think what you talked about, having realistic expectations, is probably one of the most difficult things in the beginning, especially for somebody that's brand new, because that's all, especially right now, all social media is. It's all hype. Everything is click my opportunity to start making money, and people think that just by signing up, simply just by signing up, they're going to start making money. But that's the beauty of network marketing. Sometimes people miss the work. Network marketing. There's actually some things that you have to do, and you have to be realistic. And I felt guilty to that hype train too. I've signed up for other opportunities where they promise, X amount of income and a certain amount of, and you do have to be realistic. But I can tell you that for those of you that are watching this right now, to get real results, you just have to stay real consistent. And that, for me, over the last year, has been one of the things that's allowed me to earn the income that I have, and also to be able to work from home and have the results that I do. Is I stayed really consistent. I took the same actions every day. I said the same affirmations every single morning, and I did the same things day in and day out. And when something wasn't working right, I tweaked. And then over a period of time, about 60 to 90 days, I started getting consistent results. And then those consistent results just started to get higher and higher and higher. And so having realistic expectations is very, very, very important. But just know that the folks that are watching this right now, or if you're watching this replay, whether it be on Facebook or someone sent you this email, then you are taking action just by watching this. And to give yourself realistic expectations, just continue to surround yourself with positive, like-minded people, like everybody here that's in this group that's live on this webinar right now, everybody that's in our Facebook group, whether it be a private group or the Public Now Lifestyle group, everybody that's in your team and on our team and in our community. Just stay connected, stay surrounded by those people, and as long as you're consistent, you stay plugged in, it's just a matter of time. And all you're trying to do is just narrow down that time frame, but just be realistic and stay consistent. You do those things and you're going to get results over the long run.
Thank you, Janet. Anything you'd like to say, young lady?
Well, thank you, Joel. I love it when someone calls me young lady. It's so nice. I just want to touch more on being consistent. And, the truth of the matter is that people come online and they get so confused, and they're, following this and following that, and they're doing this training and that training, and they're not putting a plan of action together. And it's the one thing that I recommend people do right from the get-go. It's just, what do you need to be doing? You touched on it on the call today about doing those things first thing in the morning. And I always tell people, write down your list the night before. What is it you're going to do first thing in the morning, and do it. And do it consistently every day. Training, learning, doing all that comes a little later in the day. You've got to get that activity going. You've got to be taking action to get traffic to your capture pages. Listen, guys, Joel has outdone yourself, Joel. Let me just say that. Okay, I get emotional whenever I think about you. It almost sometimes makes it hard to talk, because you've really changed my life. We've been working together over 15 years, and it's why I came full bore into Now Lifestyle, because I realized how much you've really changed my life over the years. And for everyone, you could have the same relationship with Joel. You can have the same relationship with your business if you get consistent and send traffic to these amazing pages Joel has already set up. Yes, for us experienced marketers, we do lots of things to get traffic to all of our different websites. But the truth of the matter is, at the end of the day, where are we bringing them? Into the Now Lifestyle system. So that's your number one objective every day: get traffic to your websites. And after that, you can start doing all those learnings, and there's so many things you want to learn, and you got to watch this video and that video. Those are not bringing traffic to your website. Unless you're brand new and you have no idea how to get traffic to your website, then you get hold of your sponsor, you get a hold of your coach, and you find out how to get that traffic to your website. So that's my tidbit for the day. It's what's going to make a change in all your business. You need to do all the other things Joel talked about. The first thing you need to be doing is getting people into your business so that you can be that leader that we all know that you are. Thanks, Joel.
Thank you, Janet. Love you too, hon, very much. Daniel, thank you. And one thing I want to also say, folks, on the guaranteed paid signups, I know people want an update on that. We sold 1,000 of them. What is a guaranteed paid signup? That's a guaranteed paid signup into your downline. It's a co-op that we're running. We sold 1,000 of them. 411 of them have been fulfilled to this point today. Out of that, almost 1%, think about this, folks, 1% are going all in at $1,000. So that's one of the videos I shared with you from Shane. The ones who are going all in, it's because they're getting follow-ups by phone, by Skype, by email from their sponsor. That sponsor is making them feel warm, connected, excited, and not overwhelmed. Listen, we're here for you. We're going to make you do this. So you can take the next round, folks, for those who missed out on the guaranteed paid signups. Take what I've shown you here today and share that with your guaranteed signups, right? Share your story first. Get on the phone, tell them your story. And, the proof's in the pudding. When I first started online marketing, up until about 400 customers, I told my story on a one-to-one basis with those people. Why I got started, why we have a great service, so on and so forth. You don't have to do that forever. It does get easier. Why? Because as your team grows, actually, Daniel, because your team's in that leverage point now, why don't you talk about that? When you first got started with us, you had to talk to a lot of people. Now you've got leaders on your team who are doing exactly what you were doing and creating true leverage and duplication.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very, very, very fortunate to have really great leaders like Sean and Shane and Matt and Carol and Ann and just many, many others. People that are just stepping up in our group and really just creating leverage for our entire team and also leverage for me too. So yeah, I mean, in the very beginning, there was a lot of me getting involved and connecting with people on Facebook and messaging them and plugging people into our system and our team. And then as that starts to trickle down and starts to grow, I mean, our team, I just crested this morning 500 active members on our team, which is, it feels amazing to think that, less than 4 months ago, it was just me. And now we're up over 500 active people, and our team's growing every single day. The non-personal sponsored emails just flow nonstop. So our team is taking action, and it's just great. I think that's one of the biggest things that you guys can do is just plug into the system, and then when you get people and you sponsor people, then plug them into the system. And by doing it consistently, like we talked about earlier, leaders will start to emerge. And then once you can identify one of those leaders, establish some type of daily or every other day consistent communication with them, and just tap into each other. Find out, share what's working with you. Find out what's working with them, and then you guys can feed off each other. And then as more leaders start to emerge, you just keep that communication going. And, you'll know who the leaders are. Those are the people that are taking action, that are driving traffic, that if you guys have, a training video or something to follow, that they actually go watch it and they actually go do the steps that are in there. And you'll see those are the people that you want to identify yourself with and really communicate with consistently. But, creating that team leverage is amazing. It feels great. And now a lot of the folks that I just mentioned are starting to show on the leaderboards too in the back office. So it's awesome. Nothing feels better for me as a leader than to see my people succeeding and to see them hit the leaderboards and them starting to get results, because this is just the business of people helping people. It's an amazing feeling.
Yeah, and folks, every single one of you, you might have, again, a mental block that I don't have it in me to be that leader. And the truth is, every single one of you do. And a couple of mental blocks that people see is they'll always say, I need to know everything first. I need to be an expert on everything first. And nothing could be further from the truth, because all you need to do is be resourceful. You don't need the resources here. You need to be resourceful. And what do I mean by that? Somebody might say, well, I don't quite understand the compensation plan. Well, you can be resourceful and send them the compensation plan video. They might say, well, I don't quite understand the workouts. And you can be resourceful and get them the answer, or have them put in a help desk ticket. Leadership is just communication. But understand this, folks. The minute you have one person below you, that person, with all of their being, wishes they were you. Understand that. It's like, yeah, but you're in my upline and I edify and I admire where you're at. Help me get into the same position you are in. And it can be even just one sign up. When you have that first sign up and they go into your downline, they want to be you. Why? Because you have them. So replicate and teach them how to do the same. It's really that simple. It's really about, network marketing in the old days was a lot of relationship building, a lot of three-way calls, a lot of hotel meetings and stuff like that. Network marketing is so much better now because you can utilize social media and the internet to generate leads and sales. But your longevity comes from the old school of network marketing, which is establishing real friendships and real relationships with those people. And I'm sorry, an automated email does not establish a relationship with people. It just doesn't. I've met Janet in person. I met Daniel in person. I'm looking forward to meeting John and Richard in person in Cabo, Gregory, all the other people that are coming on the Cabo trip. Why am I doing this Cabo trip? I don't have to. I didn't have to shell out $20,000 to rent a mansion, guys. I'm doing it because I understand the value and the relationships of being belly to belly with people. So leads are leads, sales are sales, longevity comes from relationships and friendships. End of story. Okay? And you're not cold calling. These people voted yes by even creating a free account. They're like-minded. If they weren't like-minded and thought that network marketing or working from home was a scam, they wouldn't have created a free account. So you're not in the business of convincing them. You're in the business of saying, okay, you voted yes, let's show you how to do it. And let's show you how to do it right. And let's show you how to duplicate that with other people as you generate leads and sales. So that's it for me. Daniel, anything you'd like to say at the end, my friend? If not, thank you, Janet. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And I will see a lot of you in Cabo San Lucas, August 13th. Over to you, bud. Anything?
No, man, I bought my ticket yesterday. I'm fired up. So
Awesome.
I can't wait for that. It's gonna be great just to see everybody there and like you said, just meet people face to face for the first time, and everybody on the team, everybody on the sidelines, everybody. It's going to be a great experience. So if you guys have the opportunity to get there, but other than that, just follow the steps that were laid out in this webinar. Just give yourself real expectations, take action, be consistent, and plug yourself into the community. Surround yourself with great like-minded people, and you will get results. And all you got to do is just, try to continue to shorten that learning curve as much as you can, and just stay consistent. That's it. Just follow the steps that we've laid out for you today. But you guys can do this. Anybody can do this, because one of my favorite lines ever, and I guess success is a learnable skill. You guys got it.
Awesome. Thank you, Daniel. Folks, the replay will be live right there in just a few minutes. Thank you, Daniel. Those of you who asked technical questions, okay, how does my autoresponder work? How do I plug it into a campaign? How do I do certain things? Join Janet on Thursday nights for those calls or watch the replays there. That's what those are for, okay? So the replay, I just put in the text chat for you, so on and so forth, guys. Don't overcomplicate. Be resourceful. You don't have to have the resources. Share what we had here. The replay is going to be live on Facebook in about a minute and a half. I'm going to stop the streaming right now. So I'm going to stop